Thank you, one and all. Vanakkam. I'm Shyama Iyer. I'm a social political activist. I have been involved with this AIM 24 and Karnataka group 23 September and the meetings. I speak Tamil, but not so good, so it will be Tamil English mix. But English, I think everybody will follow. இன்னைக்கு நான் இங்க
നിങ്ങൾ ആരെങ്കിലും
இந்த
സംസാരിച്ചോ?
மீட்டிங்க்கே எல்லாரும் மும்பைல இருந்து
ഞാനെല്ലാരും
வந்திருக்கீங்களா மும்பைல இருந்து வந்திருக்கீங்களானா to like Tara said and the continuously what we have been hearing, this is the first of so many more efforts, so many more energies, and not just in a group, but each one of us to say zero or no to SIR anywhere in any state. Number one. Number two, I have this belief, and I have been talking to some people also. We talk about the death of democracy. We talk about the constitution simply not being followed, the destruction of everything we believed in, even our ethos and culture. And we want to change that through elections. It doesn't look like it's possible. So what do? We are still a democracy, and we are not powerless. I am not powerless, you are not powerless. I will ask a question to this room, to everyone who's seated here. At the end of today's meeting, இன்னைக்கு இந்த மீட்டிங் முடியும், நம்ம எல்லாரும் போவோம் நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு, நம்ம டெஸ்டினேஷனுக்கு. Will you speak with 8 or 10 other people between today and tomorrow who are not involved like us about all of this? Yes, no, give me an answer. Raise your hand. That's it. You have increased the group. And it has taken you 5 or 10 minutes only. This is the way we have to approach grassroots. So, speaking about Maharashtra, Mumbai, I am based in Mumbai, so I will speak about 2-3 efforts. Number one, a small SIR awareness survey we did, and with about not many people, just in qualitative way. People are not aware of the SIR, but if you prompt them, then they say एक तरह का सर्वे है, एक जैसा वो NRC हुआ था वैसा है, but it is like that. But we don't have any documents, and I know my documents are gone. So we spoke with progressives, we spoke with people who are very liberal, we spoke with working class people, blue collar workers, construction workers, political workers, students, Gen Z, and roughly everybody, you can say, says we are not aware, and not everybody is very supportive. This is qualitative, so I cannot give you percentage and all. But two key things emerge. Please pay attention. This is what I guarantee. If you do a survey, this type of exercise with 20-30 people, you will find. Ask them two direct questions. In this qualitative research, you have open-ended questions which are in interview form, and you have direct questions. Then the direct question kelingo. 2-3 generations, somebody is staying in this country. Do you think it is right to not give them the right to vote? 44 out of 45 said, no, that's unacceptable. You want to, awake that sentiment in the public. Only then you will get your support. And second question, when we ask them that, do you know this is beyond election? Your citizen rights will also go. Is that right? Then again, majority people say, no, we know that we don't want not just us, but even other people to lose their citizenship rights. There's something wrong. So there is WhatsApp University, there is all the propaganda we see, but I am optimistic, and I am optimistic. So many are optimistic. Today, so many people have spoken in a very positive way, in spite of it being distress and everything. There is only one reason. I think in the field, when we go, we really sense people have said enough is enough. And our hope, I work with youth extensively. via via an organization called Samvidhan Jagar Abhiyan Maharashtra, just explaining the constitution. Our number one people who are going to lead us forward in the Jamhuriyat is Gen Z. Gen Z's definition is 18 to 21, your undergraduates. You ask them, they will say, ye bakwas hai, and they will follow you. But you have to give them a reason, a motivation. Second, what is our main tool? Which is our most holy book? Anybody can say, what is our most important holy book? The Constitution. And that resonates with everybody. So you talk to them about equality, you talk to them about justice, you talk to them about freedom, your own freedom. And then you tell them these three rights we have, these three guarantees we have. But the Constitution asks us, our democracy asks us for a return gift. And what is that return gift? It is fraternity or brotherhood. So this is one thing again that resonates with them. So coming to Maharashtra, one is a lot of activity. We started last year, this is the Diamond Jubilee year of the Constitution, and from 100 to 100 in thousands all across Maharashtra, we have groups, professors, ordinary people, shopkeepers, taxi drivers doing this prachar. They are doing this work. Please build an army, build a peace army with peace warriors. It works. It's 2 to 3 hours per week. That's all you need to dedicate. Second is PUCL. I belong to PUCL in Mumbai, and we are having a public meeting about SIR to build awareness. This is the second activity, concrete activity in Maharashtra. And third, I am also a member and office bearer of the Mumbai Congress. I am District General Secretary of Mumbai Northeast, which is one of the largest constituencies in the country. And very recently, we concluded all over Mumbai, and I think all over India, lakhs and lakhs and lakhs across wards have signed for, we know about vote chori and we will not accept vote chori. To bring SIR into this conversation is only another step. So, Jai Samvidhan.
Thank you, Maharashtra. I'd like to invite the other states too. So we have Rupesh here from Bihar, from Assam, Mrinal Bora, from Kerala. Okay, Bonajit Hussain, please come up. Parkla, I think you should come up. No, because you're in this session. And then from Kerala, Desha Manavika Vedi, Secretary, Haridas.
Okay.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Come up.
Yeah, I'm here.
No, we want to see all our states who are in action. We are all talking about action, so we want the action on stage. Come, Haridas. Then from Andhra Pradesh, Subhan, one of the central pillars of Meluko Andhra. That I know. From Tamil Nadu, I don't know. From Telangana, Khalid Naveed. Khalid, are you here? From Telangana? Maharashtra, we have Sharma here. And from Kerala again, Susan John, Mahila Swaraj. Susan, are you here? The Kerala team is not wanting to come on stage. I don't know, but I think they should. Okay, let's press on. So I'd like to invite the state that is under immediate distress, Bihar. Rupesh is here. He's part of many other things, but currently is part of the core group that is leading Badlo Bihar, which is a platform there. It's working in 121 on 121 seats, constituencies, with teams all over those constituencies. Uh, Please wait. I'd like you to please keep your thing pointed to what you are doing and related to this issue, and please keep it 2-3 minutes. I will remind you when you have 1 minute left. Thank you.
जिंदाबाद। एक बार थोड़ा आवाज लगे, जिंदाबाद। साथियों, मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलूंगा। और अभी हम लोगों को एक्ट करने का टाइम है, क्योंकि कल बहुत देर हो चुकी होगी। हम लोगों ने लगभग 150 वर्षों के इतिहास में 18 वर्ष की आयु वाले लोग, सभी लोग यूनिवर्सल वोट देने का अधिकार पाया। लेकिन आज वो कटघरे में है और जिंदाबाद कटघरे में है, क्योंकि सबकी जिंदगी आबाद रहे, मेरी भी जिंदगी और आपकी भी जिंदगी, और आबाद रहने के लिए ये जो राइट है, ये सबसे जरूरी है। बिहार के सामने ये कहर उस समय आया जब हम इलेक्शन कैंपेन शुरू किए थे, लेकिन पता नहीं था कि ये हम लोगों के सामने ये एफआईआर के रूप में आएगा। जैसे ही ये एफआईआर आया, हम लोगों ने पहले तो ये सोचा कि इसको नो करें, लेकिन मुश्किल था। पार्टियों ने भी नो कहा, लेकिन मुश्किल था कि एकाएक इस आवाज को, नो को ज्यादा मजबूती से कर सके, क्योंकि ये फौरी था, तुरंत था और जल्दी में था। हम लोगों ने फिर सोचा हाईकोर्ट जाए, फिर लगा नहीं। ये बात करते करते हम लोगों का एक सप्ताह बीतने लगा था और हम लोग फिर सुप्रीम कोर्ट पहुंचे। 11 पीआईएल हुआ, जिसमें से एक पीआईएल हमने भी किया। 11 पीआईएल है, हमारी वकील वृंदा ग्रोवर है। 11 पीआईएल करने के बाद हम लोगों ने जब फील्ड के लिए सोचा कि इतना बड़ा कैंपेन कैसे हो, तो लगभग 75 to 90 ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और कैंपेन एक साथ हम लोग आए और ये बदलो बिहार 2025 हम लोगों ने बनाया। और ऐसे तो ये पूरे बिहार में ये कैंपेन हुआ, लेकिन हम 122 कंस्टिट्यूएंसी में बूथ वाइज हम खड़े हैं और वहां पर काम कर रहे हैं। हम लोगों ने लोगों को ये अपील किया कि 3 घंटा 3 दिन आप अपना समय दें, 3 days 3 hours ओनली। अगर आप 3 घंटा 3 दिन समय देते हैं तो हर व्यक्ति एक एक बूथ का वो सही से वो लिस्ट निकाल सकता है और लिस्ट की जांच कर सकती है। और इस जांच के नतीजे में हम लोगों ने सर्वोच्च न्यायालय को, जितने आप अखबारों और न्यूज के माध्यम से जो मैटर देख रहे हैं हम वहां तक अवेलेबल, उनको करा पाए। अब आप जैसा कि सुबह से चर्चा हो रही थी कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट हम लोग को उलझा के रखा, कुछ कर भी रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं भी कर रहे हैं। आज भी हम उसी उलझन में फंसे हैं और ये उसी उलझन के नतीजे में आज फिर अन्य राज्यों के ऊपर भी ये है। हम लोगों ने ये नहीं कहा था कि, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में ये नहीं कहा था कि इसको आधार सिर्फ दे दो या फिर अन्य चीजों को दे देने के लिए, बल्कि हमने इसको नो कहने की बात कही थी। ये गलत है, कैसे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली संवैधानिक तौर तरीकों प्रक्रिया के रूप में गलत है, ये बात हम लोगों ने उठाई थी। लेकिन ये सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने इसको नहीं माना, तो इस तरह से ये परिस्थितियां बनी।
बिहार से उद्देश्य आया है।
नहीं, वो एक ऑनलाइन ये चल रहा है मीटिंग, सॉरी। तो ये परिस्थितियां हमारे सामने रही और हम लोगों ने ये एक्ट किया, लेकिन इसके बाद अभी हम फौरी तौर से चुनाव तो है, लेकिन ये हम लोगों ने ये लगातार महसूस किया है जिस तरह से कि अगर पूरे देश में अगर एक बार हम लोगों ने ये कोशिश की, लेकिन ये कोशिश कामयाब नहीं हुई। पूरे देश से अपील भी किया गया ये बात, जिसमें ये कहा गया कि एक प्रतिरोध पूरे देश की तरफ से आए। देश में चर्चा जरूर हुई, लेकिन हमें देश के स्तर पे किसान आंदोलन की तरह सड़क पर उतरने की आदत पूरी तरह से एक साथ नहीं। हम सड़क पे निकल रहे हैं, लेकिन अलग अलग तरीके से अलग अलग आइडेंटिटी के रूप में निकल रहे हैं। ये आइडेंटिटी पॉलिटिक्स आज के दौर में बदलने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि हम दलित आइडेंटिटी, हम ट्राइबल आइडेंटिटी, हम फिशरमैन आइडेंटिटी, ये लड़ाई जरूरी थी, लेकिन इसका एक नतीजा यह भी हुआ है कि हम यूनाइट एक तरह से एक बार नहीं हो पा रहे हैं। तो इसलिए भी ये जो बिहार के समय जो चीजें आई है वो ऐसा नहीं हो पाया, और इसलिए ये मैं अपील करने आया हूं कि अगर आज भी पूरे नेशनल लेवल पे, राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे अगर एक कॉल ऐसा जाए जिसमें हम नो कर सके, एक साथ एक दिन अगर कहते हैं तो वो आवाज बड़ी बनेगी, लेकिन अभी तक ऐसा नहीं हो पाया है। हम लोग चर्चा जरूर कर रहे हैं, सैद्धांतिक वैचारिक सभी बातें कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम सड़क पर एक्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो ये समय है सड़क पर एक्ट करने का। एक बात मैं यह कहना चाहता हूं। दूसरी बात मैं मैं एक दो मिनट दूसरी बात मैं अपील करना चाहता हूं पूरे देश भर से कि क्या आप 3 दिन बिहार को दे सकते हैं? अगर आप 3 दिन बिहार को दे सकते हैं, ये सही है कि मैं खर्चे आने जाने का नहीं दे पाऊंगा, लेकिन जो 3 दिन अगर बिहार में आएंगे, हम आपको 3 दिन वहां रखेंगे और आपको 3 दिन में हम आपको 25 बूथ पर आपकी जवाबदेही आपको फिक्स कर सकते हैं कि जहां 25 बूथ आप हमारे लोकल वॉलेंटियर के साथ आप घूमकर गांव गांव घर घर घूम करके, हम ये नहीं कि कहीं आपके लिए सभा करेंगे, बल्कि आप जाकर के गांव में घरों में लोगों को ये बताएं कि इसको कैसे हटाना है। और बिहार को बदलने के लिए ये सरकार को बदलना जरूरी है। अभी जरूरत है सरकार को बदलने का, और तभी बिहार बदलेगा और देश का लोकतंत्र बचेगा। तो मैं इसलिए ये दूसरा कॉल आपको देना चाहता हूं। तीसरी बात मैं ये बताना चाहता हूं कि एक ऐसा एक कॉन्क्लेव किया जाए जो नो के लिए कहना इतना आसान नहीं है कि इतने, क्योंकि उसमें एक बहुत सारी परेशानियां हैं, जैसा कि अभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के लोग कुछ बात बोल भी रहे हैं और उनमें कुछ अस्पष्टता भी दिखती है बोलने में। तो ये रहेगा। तो इसलिए ये जरूरत है कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टियों को इसमें लाने की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि उससे इसका एक अलग बन जाएगा, लेकिन टोटल सभी सोशल मूवमेंट के लोग एक साथ आकर के कुछ एक लंबा कार्यक्रम हम लोग बनाए तो इससे कुछ बात बन सकती है। और ज्यादा बात तो नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे समय नहीं है, लेकिन बिहार के अनुभव बहुत है। बिहार के बारे में आप जानते ही हैं कि 30% से ज्यादा लोग भूमिहीन है वहां। आपको ये पता है कि महिलाओं की साक्षरता दर कम है। तो इन सब सवालों को अगर हम देखते हैं, नए यूथ नहीं, अगर आप देखिए 7% महिलाओं का नाम कट गया है इस बार, 7% महिलाओं का नाम कटा है। और अगर आप टोटल बोले तो 20% वोटर इस बार वोट इस तरह से नहीं दे पाएंगे वोटर लिस्ट के कारण। बाकी कारणों से नहीं देते हैं वो अलग बात है, लेकिन 20% लोग नहीं दे पाएंगे। यूथ का जितना ज्यादा वोट आना चाहिए था, नामांकन होना चाहिए था, ये उनको एनरोल करना चाहिए था, उन्होंने नहीं कर पाया। तो ये बहुत सारे सवाल है, बहुत सारे अनुभव हैं, जिसको कभी आपसे जरूर बात होगी। शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद।
बिहार कौन जा रहा है? Who's going to Bihar? Please put your hands up for people who want to go to Bihar.
पहले जी टिकट कटाएंगे।
अब यही प्रॉब्लम वापस हम पे आता है।
जाने के बाद बाहर से जो भी आए हैं उनको अरेस्ट कर लिया जाए तो
वो तो तब देख लेंगे ना, अभी बात नहीं हो सकती उसके बाद। वो तो ऐसे ही, दैट इज जस्ट that anything can happen.
English.
हाँ, anything can happen. Yeah. Okay. The next state that is going to the polls, and the first one in 2026, around March, April.
The translation of what he said in Hindi.
Yeah. Somebody else has to do it.
उसका ये है कि आप 3 मिनट दिए हैं, मैं इंग्लिश में तो लंग दूंगा और मैं हाँ हूँ ऐसे वैसे सो से दैट
You are can do.
अगर मैं तेलुगु में बोलूंगा तो फिर ट्रांसलेट करना पड़ेगा।
தமிழ்ல சொல்றேன். இல்ல ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ತೋಳರ್ ರೂಪೇಶ್ ಅವ್ರು சொன்னது என்னன்னா, ನಾವು ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு 40 to 70 to 90 கான்ஸ்டியூன்சிலும் ஒர்க் பண்ணலாம்னு பிளான் பண்ணோம். அந்த டைம்ல எஸ்ஐஆர் வந்துச்சு. எஸ்ஐஆர் எகனிஸ்ட் 11 பிஐஎல்ஸ் ஃபைல் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ஒன் ஃபைல் பண்ணோம். ஆனால் காலையில் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயம் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் பேசிருந்துச்சு, அதில் ஒன்றும் பண்ணல. திஸ் த சுச்சுவேஷன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ನಾವು நோ டு எஸ்ஐஆர் போலான்னு நினைச்சோம். ஆனால் சுச்சுவேஷன் அவ்வளவு போல்விங் இல்லை. ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். இப்போ 121 கான்ஸ்டியூன்சில ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕಾಲ್ கொடுத்தது 3 days 3 hours டைம் கொடுங்கன்னு ನಾವು கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம் எல்லாருக்கும் கூட. நீங்க அவ்வளவு வந்தா ನಾವು ஃபீல்டே ஒரு 25 பூத்ஸ்ல நிறைய ஒர்க் பண்ணி ನಾವು சேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம்னு கால் கொடுத்து பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இங்கேயும் கூட நான் இந்த மீட்டிங் கூட ஒரு கால் கொடுக்குறேன். நீங்க 3 days பிஹார் கொடுங்க. நீங்க 3 days பிஹார் டைம் கொடுத்து வந்தா ನಾವು ಎವ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಗೂ 25 பூத்ஸ்க்கு ನಾವು கொண்டு போவோம். நீ அங்கே போய் பீப்புளுக்கு மெசேஜ் கொடுத்து அவேர் பண்ண நல்லது இருக்கும். இது 1 வருஷம். ரெண்டாவது இப்போ எஸ்ஐஆர் ವ್ಯತಿರಿಕಂగా ఒక பெரிய விஷயம் ஆகணும்னா ನಾವು ஒரே ஐடென்டிட்டி இல்லை. நம்ம நிறைய ஐடென்டிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு. நமக்கு தலித்தோ ஆதிவாசி ஃபார்மரு நிறைய ஐடென்டிட்டி இருக்கு. ஆனா எல்லா ஐடென்டிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு. ஒன் ஐடென்டிட்டியில டோட்டல் நோட்டு நேஷன் ஒன் ஆகி நோட்டு எஸ்ஐஆர் என்ன சொல்ற டைம் வந்திருக்கு. அது பண்ணலாம்னு அவர் கேட்டேன். Thank you.
Thank you, no. Okay, I would like to, and I think one more thing you said was that when we do, we should also do a conclave where, or maybe you mentioned it, that it is the people that are in the conclave. We don't need political parties. What we need is each other. And we need a people's conclave to go forward in various parts of the country. I'd now like to invite Bonaji Hussain to tell us about Assam. Assam has already begun work on their elections. I know because I'm a witness to it. And we'd like to hear from another state which is going through a lot of difficulty and challenge. But I think Assam is ready for it. Bonaji.
Thank you. It's very difficult to speak about Assam in 3 minutes.
I know.
That's because most of the people here wouldn't know anything. So
I'll give you 4 minutes.
most probably you will leave more confused about Assam. If I speak
Okay,
for only
5
3
minutes
minutes.
for
Yeah.
Bonaji.
Thank you. So basically, SIR, the work, preliminary work had started in August. New BLOs were appointed and things like that. Then the Assam government made a strange request in August to the ECI. The Assam government said that the ECI should actually use the NRC data for the SIR. So immediately there was opposition from the political parties. Among the national parties, CPM, CPI, Congress, all opposed, and all the opposition regional parties also opposed, and civil society groups opposed. But the ground of opposition is something very different, which you probably won't understand in 3 minutes. The ground of opposition was, including CPI, CPM, Congress, and all the regional parties, and all progressive, democratic left civil society, that you cannot have something like SIR in Assam until and unless the NRC is finalized. This might sound controversial, but that's the reality of Assam. NRC has a very different history. I don't want to go into that debate right now. Usha Ramanathan spoke about it. I would like to disagree with her. But still, we have talked a lot about institutions and how institutions have eroded. But in the Northeast for last 70, 80 years, we have been living in a state of emergency. Our governors have always been Indian Army retired generals. And since 2014, they have been Shastris. That's the reality. And the thing is, actually, that's why we don't get really scared that something like SIR is coming. I mean, bigger storms have come and passed. Frankly speaking, then why this NRC thing? Why did Congress, CPM, everybody say that only after finalizing the NRC you can go for SIR? That is because in 2019, when the final draft of NRC was published in Assam, there was only one organization and one political party that opposed NRC. The political party was BJP and the organization was RSS. The misconception is that the Assam NRC was started by BJP. No, it started in 2009. It was mandated to happen in 86 itself. And it is not introduction of NRC, it is updation of NRC, and there was lots of problem with it. No denying that, lots of problems with that. But what happened in last 40 days in Assam has been very interesting. I don't know if, it has been covered enough in national media. Singer died, Jubin Garg, that was covered in a massive way. But what unfolded after that has not been covered. Millions of people are on the street every night in Assam for last 40 days. Millions of people. And it is not the death of one singer. The death of one singer has converged and become a symbol of resistance against the government. All these millions of people who are coming out on the street, the government, I have never seen Himanta Biswa Sharma being so defensive. The way he says something in the morning, he forgets in the evening and says exactly the opposite. He's baffled. Yesterday, he had to convince the small faction of Ulfa that is still in the jungles of Myanmar. The commander-in-chief had to come to TV and say, why are people of Assam getting so emotional about a singer? So that is the level of frustration that the government is suffering, and it has happened in last 40 days. Because this morning, the online campaign, Justice for Jubin Garg, crossed 3.3 million. Now, if you go and ask all these people who are gathering every night across Assam with candlelights and fires and all, if you go and ask everyone, what do you mean by justice for Jubin? For somebody, justice for Jubin is inflation. People are actually saying it, and suddenly a new democratic space has opened. People were subdued, people were not talking. Now they are openly talking. If you go to the cremation ground in the evening, it's so interesting. As the night progresses, number of people increases. Last night there were around 40,000 people because the government slapped a SOP saying nobody can go to the cremation ground after 10 p.m. Because the cremation ground has actually become a ground of democracy where people gather at night and everyone gives speech. And there is no centralized podium or anything. There are 1,000 people here, somebody is giving a speech, 2,000 people there, somebody is giving a speech. So the thing is, people have actually really come out and the government is on the back foot. And let me update you, on this 21st and 22nd, something very interesting happened. There was this ECI 2-day conference with all the state CEOs that happened on 21st, 22nd. The Assam CEO requested the ECI that SRI should not happen in Assam right now. You know what he said? He said we have to finalize the NRC first. But BJP was the one who rejected the NRC. So why is this happening? It's happening because in last 40 days, millions of people are out on the street. Justice for Jubin Garg has become a slogan, but behind that slogan, there are many slogans. So we are really hopeful. The elections are really near. SIR is most unlikely to happen right now in Assam because of this situation, and this last 40 days situation is going to continue. 18th of November is Zubin Garg's birthday, so it will continue till then. 19th of December, they have to file the charge sheet. That's another anxiety of the government, because the person who is accused is from a very powerful family. The family was very powerful when Congress was in government. Give me just one more minute. Uh, the family was powerful during the Congress time also, and they're powerful now also. They're five brothers. One brother was the DGP until 2 years ago. He retired. Now he is the Central Information Commissioner. One brother was the advisor to the CM. Last year he became the Vice Chancellor of Guwahati University. The other three brothers are also placed in important places. And this person, we call, his name is Shyamkanu Mohanto. We call him Festival Mohanto, because on behalf of Ministry of External Affairs and Assam government and Meghalaya government, he's been organizing all these Northeast festivals in Bangkok, Singapore, and all these things. It's basically a farce, money laundering kind of thing. But unfortunately, Zubin Garg had gone to Singapore to perform in that festival, and he drowned in the sea. So now this is the main accused, and people are demanding justice, that we know this guy has, this family is your family for last 30, 40 years since you have been in politics. Now, actually, the guy is not responsible. He was not even there when Zubin Garg drowned in the sea. But people have identified this power nexus. And then when the CM has been saying that it will take time, after all, it is the judiciary which will give justice. When people are reminding him that until last year, you were the one who was advocating instant justice. So why are you backtracking? These are tactical questions that people are asking, and I think these are very important questions people are asking. People are not saying that hang them. People are saying until last year you were saying instant justice. Now why are you backtracking? So I am very hopeful. The situation, especially in last 40, 45 days, the kind of mobilization we have seen, and this is spontaneous. There is no organization, there is no political party behind. And believe me, last 40, 45 days, Assam has not functioned. The schools, kids go to school, they don't study because the classes are not happening. Offices are mostly like half-day offices for last 45 days. And people are really out on the street. So this whole death of a singer mobilized everyone, brought together, and this death became a symbol of all the kind of oppression that people have been facing for last 10 years or so in Assam, especially in last 10 years or so. So I'm kind of really hopeful, and I actually think that SIR might not happen in Assam right now. And I think that's a good news. And it's not like, the government got afraid just like that. It was people, you must have seen those funeral footage. That day, from airport to the stadium, there were 40 lakh people who walked with the hearse. Ah. So 40 lakh people don't just come out like that. And Zubin Garg was a very strong, democratic, progressive, and anti-BJP voice. 40 lakh people just don't come out just like that. And since that day, since the body came from Singapore on 21st September, since that day, across Assam, millions of people are coming out on the street every night. Thank you.
So we have a lot to look forward to in Assam. The way you got us stirred up. And I think if SIR doesn't come to Assam, we might have a battle on our hands. Which is very, very good to hear. Um, Thank you. Thank you so much, Konajit. And it's really nice. Konajit came literally last minute, and it's really nice you came. And thank you for being here and being part of this network. I'd like to invite Subhan, who's going to from Andhra Pradesh. Subhan, would you like to speak in Telugu? Yes.
If you give time for me, 2 minutes, I will speak in English because
No, no. So the Noor will translate.
बोलेंगे
नहीं वो
सबको दे रहे हैं तो हमारे लिए 2 मिनट दे
हाँ नहीं हाँ वो ठीक है जो भी
Thank you, Tara. Welfare greetings. Actually, this old chori, SIR, vote cutting, this is the old practice of election commission. In 2019 elections in Andhra Pradesh, they cut out 18% of the votes, especially the Dalit, the Muslims and others. And that particular time, we also, not the time, Delu Karnataka or Melu Andhra Pradesh, we make a long march and say, check your vote and enroll, and 12 to 15% votes we will enroll again. This is was continued in other afterward also. In 2023, we joined with Edelu Karnataka. We inspired with Edelu Karnataka, and we started Meluko Andhra Pradesh, Awake Andhra Pradesh. On that time, myself came Abdul Subhan, or my friend Father Thomas Palitanam, and D. Ramesh Patnaik ji, and Dr. Anjaya, and Banda Srinivas, and other friends. We started this journey. We call Noor, Sridhar, and Tara Rao, and Yusuf Kanni to Vijayawada. After that, we conclude. On that particular day, after that, we met in Bangalore meeting also at Gandhi Bhavan. On that time, we already told that if third time BJP comes, it is only the help of Andhra Pradesh. But nobody, we are not so much big personalities and not so much intellectuals to consider us, but it's a fact. We went to Yogendra Yadav ji also, and we gave a very big picture also. But he said Andhra Pradesh is not in our consideration. We are observing on only this 152 MP seats. If we do work here, then we will win and make defeat the BJP. But
in the same place, you had a meeting with Sendil and Jignesh.
Jignesh also.
Same.
Yes, yes. Jignesh Mevani and Sendil, who is the secretary of Rahul Gandhi ji also. We very clearly we told them, but unfortunately they won't. After that, we came to Andhra Pradesh, and we make our strategy. Our first strategy is we try to convey the Chandrababu Naidu, which is a TDP. There are 3 local parties here. The Telugu Desam Party now in rule with Janasena and BJP, and YSRCP, and Janasena, which is led by Pawan Kalyan. But unfortunately, YSRCP, Janasena, and TDP, they are fighting here only, but they are supporting BJP in the central government. This is the special scenario of the Andhra Pradesh. In that particular area, we first of all try to make Chandrababu Naidu to make understand that BJP is very dangerous for you. You come out, you don't support, we will support you. You please go alone. We will support you. But the things are come. Chandrababu Naidu go and sit in with the laps of the BJP, and Janasena also joined them. On that particular time, India in the alliance also there. Elections, 6 MP seats are contested by the BJP there. We finally decided according to our power. So in these 6 seats, we have to make them defeat. But unfortunately, India Kutami, in the India alliance, CPMs are also here, but he was left. They support India Kutami. What we gave, but here in 6 seats only, where the BJP contesting, you don't vote any India Kutami, you just vote only YSRCP, who is the next second place. But these people are, according to their political alliance, they support the India Kutami and divide the votes, and 3 seats, according to our power, we try to defeat BJP in 2 seats, and 1 seat is already, YSRCP is very strong, he is also been, but 3 MPs, 1% vote for BJP, and 3 MP seats they won with the support of Janasena and this alliance. At present now, we taking a march to pressurize the center, state government and its MPs and MLAs to you are the responsible for the constitution and the people, not for BJP. Because people gave vote to you, not to BJP. So you have to responsible to the people and constitution, not to BJP. A pressure we have to build up there, one thing. And second, we are going to planning to make an yatra also. And in the yatra, this SIR and other things also what you here this came to discussion. We are also take that one and there are three reasons in Andhra Pradesh. One is Rayalaseema and another is North Andhra and coastal Andhra one. We are planning to make this yatra and try to people make aware in 2029 elections we have in our future. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Andhra has reminded us what a special case it is. I will not forget that. And I think that maybe we've got wiser, but maybe we will get more wiser as we go together for the next stretch. We do really hope we do.
Thank you.
No, we can only be optimists. So, yeah. Now I'd like to invite Kerala. There are two speakers. Would you like to come and begin the Kerala side of the story of SIR and the constitution and pushing back, and what do you feel is the way that in Kerala it is happening, can happen, is planned to happen? Thank you.
I don't have to add on to what has been said here about SIR and all that. The Kerala context, there is an aura that CPM is ruling Kerala, so everything is fine there. Actually, it is not so. And there is also a feeling that BJP is seen as a devil, the center is seen as a devil. And only the focus is on striking at BJP only. But again, that's not the case. In Kerala, uh, I think there's corruption in the political parties, and everybody who has been corrupt, and they are under the scanner of CBI, ED, and then so there is a secret understanding between all these corrupt politicians and the power at the center. So you cannot see these two people separately. At the time of Operation Sindoor, actually some of us were the first to make a statement against Operation Sindoor. And then some of our friends, they made a rally, tried to organize a rally against the Operation Sindoor, and then they were arrested by who? The CPM police. They arrested these people. They said BJP will cause trouble. Then they said if BJP people won't will cause trouble, arrest the BJP people. No, but they arrested these people. And luckily, fortunately, that day itself, the Operation Sindoor was cancelled and that ended. Then again, the Trichur constituency, BJP won the parliament seat, and it is generally known that there was a secret understanding between CPM and BJP. And another thing, I think we have to concentrate on good and evil. And all the religions today, they're concentrating only on the superstition, even RSS, only on the superstition and the ritual part. So recently there was a controversy in Kerala in one school, in the Christian managed school, nuns sisters managed school. A girl wanted to put on the jihad, and that was not hijab, and that was not in the uniform, and there was and who created all the trouble? SDPI and the CPM ministry only. They together, and all there were more than 100 Muslim students in that school. who are who do not wear this headdress. And they were saying the non-sister is wearing headdress, so why can't the girl wear headdress? So actually, the non-sister anyway, she wears it only after she is a major 18 or this is a schoolgirl being made to wear this hassle, and no, and that's connected with religion. So we want an integrated people trying to concentrate on the evil, not just CPM, Congress, this, that. We have to, the civil society should make that sort of good and evil separation. We have to concentrate on truth. Right from the time of Gandhiji has taught us that we have to be concentrate on truth, honesty, and so only then we'll win in the long range. I'm not talking about the short-term benefits. That could be, you people are better analysts on that. But in the long range, I'm sure we are not going to go anywhere unless we concentrate on truth, honesty, and such values. Thank you.
Thank you. Could I, Harida, please? You're resisting coming to the stage, I see. Now you will have to. Welcome.
Thanks and congrats. I'm speaking on behalf of Deshiya Manavya Vedi, which is a progressive cultural organization working in Kerala, basically to fight against communalism, fascism, and all, and trying to promote secularism and communal harmony and peace. We have been organizing cultural programs and all, seminars, symposiums and all. Now, the SAR, that is our subject here. We have been listening to so many lectures, speeches since morning, and I don't have much to add. I think in a democracy, elections are so important because that's the only opportunity or chance for the common people to select or elect our candidate or representative. So that's very important, and definitely that should be free and fair. And I don't want to add much on that because since we have been listening to so many different aspects of that, which are very educative, very informative, and very inspiring. So I think I will only support. In Kerala, I think in the Legislative Assembly, there was a resolution passed against the SIR, all party resolutions. So, I think that's a good thing, and I hope, as my Assam friend said, I think SIR won't happen in Kerala also. I just hope. Then I don't want to, in fact, I have some difference of opinion with Susan, but I don't want to get into it. Because, because we don't want to, after all, we are from the people. But because I don't want to mix up this kind of politics into it, Jihad thing and all, I have a lot of differences in that. Because as she herself said, the gun, she was wearing a uniform, and she is opposing, she was, she was trying to stop the girls, Muslim girls. It's part of that Muslim. We know the politics behind it. So I don't think that argument is. I don't agree to that argument. Anyway, I'm with you. There is no there's a big no to SIR, big no to EVM. That's all. Thank you. see face to face.
Yeah, you see now Kerala. So just look at the list, yeah. So next year, Assam is first. Help me out here. Then Tamil Nadu. Then there's Gujarat, West Bengal.
Maharashtra is February after the corporation election. At least they're talking that.
No, but I'm talking assembly elections. You're not next. You're not in 2026. Maharashtra.
Oh, I thought the SIR.
No.
Oh,
So,
election.
no, the election, sorry. The assembly elections next year are Assam, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Gujarat, Puducherry.
Yes.
6, right?
Yes.
Now, this is not so bad. So there are 3 of those which are in contention. Assam, Kerala you have an assembly that has said no to SIR. And then there is, sorry, what was the and Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, the lady will speak on behalf of them.
Please come. Come. So, there is a lot here that civil society has to follow up with in each of the states. This is, even if we go all India mass campaign, it will have to start at state level, on the ground. That's how the momentum can be built, linking together states that are active on the ground. Please come.
Good evening. I'm hopeful we have started this campaign against SAR when this campaign was going on in Bihar itself. We have started, I have been pulled in Trichy, a small meeting we had started. Then we started this campaign throughout the state. But it has not been established throughout the state. We are done in 3-4 districts. That was in a very good sign. Here there is a different perspective and different issues. One thing here, how BJP was manipulating the entire vote system is from 3% to 11%. Is we have to understand during the Panchayat election, the BJP has manipulated the AIADMK candidate got 0 vote. Can you imagine? AIADMK candidate got 0 vote. On that election, BJP contested separately. And another interesting story on that, it was in Kanyakumari, the MP is Congress. 2-3 MLAs is in Congress. In that constituency itself, Congress got 0 vote. Nam Tamlar is an organization who's secured more than 7% of the vote in Tamil Nadu. They got 0 vote in 300 constituencies. This is a game that they had showed, and now they are in a very good bargaining situation. Here, there is how they are telling other states and infiltrations, other things have been here. Here also, there is a very big threat. The people, those who have been refugees and repatriates from Sri Lanka. Here there is a very pathetic story. During 83 and up to 2008, there was repatriates who have been coming from Sri Lanka. When they ask all these details, there will be no vote. I was waiting for our MP, Raja might have been here. He is winning only out of the vote where there are repatriates who have been as a tea workers in Ooty constituency. If he wants to win over the election, he has to say no SAR. So here they are having a lot of things. They started in 2021 also. They made some mix up in Tamil Nadu, but it has not been published. And they made in Thoothukudi, Kanyakumari, where the Christian population is highly dense. They made a lot of games there. And now, not only SAR, here we have to motivate. See, people from different political parties may have a different say. As a civil society, there is a need of an hour. There is a need of an hour, say to no against this to SAR and to save this constitution. So thank you. Thank you.
So these are the states that were able to come for the meeting. But this conversation of how states are going to be working together carries on. We intend to work collectively in figuring out what the plans are going to be in every state. We are also part of various networks that have existed at least till before 2024 general elections, and so we've been working together. But there are also other networks and platforms that have also been active. So this is just the beginning, and I hope it's a beginning for all of us, that we can then start influencing the way that we can work on the ground as people, as we the people. Let's just stop describing what political parties are doing or not doing. I think we should start imagining and creating what we are going to do and how we're going to get the job done. So thank you very much. I'd like to hand over for the next session, the final session, to Thomas here. We need to talk about the way forward. Please. Yeah, Thomas is just sitting there, he's going on saying continue, continue. All right. So I think we've all been thinking about the way forward. I hope we have. I think we have to think about the way forward. But to sort of bring this conclave to some kind of culmination as to what are we resolving here, what we need to do, what we need to see as action. There are a few people that are going to sort of reflect what are the things that platforms and networks can do in taking this to a more mass level. And at the same time, we want to end with a resolution which we hope you will all be there to endorse. So I'd like to invite Noor Sridhar from Ezeru, Karnataka to kick this off. What are we going to be doing? What do we resolve to do? And how do we go forward from here? Thank you.
Dear friends, it was a very big day, heavy day, and in a way, one consensus building day also, and very alarming day also. So it is already, I think, five is crossed. So we are supposed to close this event as early as possible. So I will be short as possible. Regarding the whatever discussion happening before and in this conclave, Meera is going to present the resolution. It is comprehensive. So it is having all the three parts, what we are opposing and what we are demanding and what we are going to do. All these three aspects. Meera will present that. So before that, I want to share just one aspect only, basically. in the still from the morning, everybody is in agreement. Actually, we are all in agreement. What we have to oppose, we are very clear. What we have to demand regarding EVM and other things, we are very clear. All those things are coming. In resolution, it will come more clear. The third point also, we are very much, all the speakers from the morning, everybody said that what is the alternate? What is the way out? Everybody said that we cannot depend on any institution. We cannot depend on any political parties. So it is the task should be taken by the civil society itself. We should build a big all India people's movement. We should build strength on the streets. Without this, nation cannot be saved. This democracy cannot be survived. This is the opinion of the whole hall. In this question, I want to share one or two aspects to this point only. Actually, Tara ji and many speakers also in the middle emphasize that aspect. Actually, I want to amplify some more. So generally, our feeling, one perception is there. One perception, we see our big opponent or big enemy as very big, very huge, very big, very powerful. We cannot beat this. We cannot beat RSS. We cannot beat BJP. So having so much power, money, contacts, cadre force, media, and everything, it is we imagine it as a omnipotent force which cannot be beaten or defeated so easily. This perception is very strong in general public, in also among us also to an extent it is there. Second force, we imagine the political parties. Yeah, they are not very strong, but they have all India presence, big force, and also that. And all that. When come to the civil society, third force, we feel, yeah, we are very honest, very committed, but what to do? We are very fragmented, very small force. Still, we should not be keep quiet. We should be working. This perception will come. So I want to request the hall to rethink all these three perceptions once again. This is very much needed to go forward. Without changing this perception, we are not going to win this fight. Actually, it is one type of war. Actually, we cannot win this war. Yes, enemy is very big. Our opponent is very strong. Now it has become a one pole. One, that's BJP party, and behind that RSS and its own Sangha Parivar, and now all the state institutions and media and crony corporate, all together, it is a big force only. There is no doubt. But at the same time, we should understand that its charismatic time is it's over. In last 7-8 years, it continuously is going down. In 2019 election time itself, it was going down actually. Through Pulwama, they survived. They retained the power. But between 2029-24, their decline still continued. Now, actually, whatever they came into power 2024, it is not through any real people's mandate they came to power. We should be clear. Actually, they got defeated in this election. Very clearly, they got defeated. In 70 constituency, with all these election commission, all this fraud, even manipulating in a big way in 70 constituencies, they cannot touch the minimum mark also. With the true support of these two opportunist forces, they came to retain the power. This we should understand. And after this 24 also, they are not going strong. Now their influence, their control over the mass psyche is not there. It is going down. Why they are taking the help of SIR? Why they are taking the help of election commission? It is not part of their strength. It is showing their weakness. Now they are not in a position to win the elections. That's why they want this manipulated, hand-picked, openly naked, cunning election commission. And they want this openly blended, manipulating SIR system. This is their weakness. It is not their strength. So now this is a outgoing force. This is a decaying force. But this force is a very deadly force, very dangerous force. This is not going to hand over the power so easy. So it is going to create lot of halla, lot of challenge to us. But it is a decaying force that we must keep in mind. This is number one. This is big, but it is a declining force. Number one. Number two, coming to the political parties. Yes, definitely political parties having a big presence are there. They have a role in this fight. Though they are corrupt, though they are anti-people, though they are pro-corporate, though they are opportunistic, everything is there. But still, while fighting the big enemy, big force, these forces also having a role in this thing. So definitely we should collaborate and handle these things also. But at the same time, we cannot have any hope that these forces will give a fight, or these forces are going to build any new India or new democracy or real democracy. No, that is not going to happen. This is clear too. Now the question comes is, then who is going to save the nation? The third force. In third force, first of all, we are not small. We are not weak. This we must be very clear. 24 elections, they wanted to cross the 400 par, but they could not. They could not cross to 70. What was the reason? Who brought them to that position? It is not the opposition parties. It is the people. This is clear. No doubt in that actually. It can be a digital media. It can be the YouTubers. It can be the Samyukta Kisan Morcha. It can be the JCTU workers. It can be the Yeddedu Karnataka and this thing. It can be NAPM. It can be Bharat Jodo Abhiyan. Anything. In various forms. People raised the voice. People organized themselves. They formed the volunteers. They went to the booths. They created the narrative. They exposed their narrative. They pushed them back. So we are a really big force. In in Assam, our friend was said. So this type of temperament to burst out is getting mature in every state. But when that occasion, when that situation arises, that section will act. When the struggle happened against the corporate policies against the farmers, Punjab came out in a big way. In 2023 elections and all that, Karnataka acted very vibrantly, played a role. Now also in Karnataka we are fighting two actually. One side we are fighting BJP and Sangha Parivar, and the other side Congress. Every day we are fighting Congress there. So it is very much needed to safeguard the interest of the people, and we should not allow the space to the BJP. We should occupy the opposition space. Now in Karnataka, BJP is not the real opposition. Every day, the people's movement is the opposition. Every day we are giving a fight to them. BJP is not having any role. But at present, today, BJP, not only BJP, RSS is in total defensive position. Now whole civil society and even the state has taken a position against RSS. When they are going to celebrate the 100 years, in Karnataka, the restrictions are coming on RSS, not allowing them in public spaces and education institutions. For that one, private bill is going to come. And lot of questions raised against RSS. RSS is not in a position to defend them. BJP people went to the TV debates and all that, and in every debate they got exposed. Then RSS recently sent a circular requesting all the BJP MLAs not to participate, not to speak on behalf of RSS in any debate. because it is becoming counterproductive for them whenever they go to the discussion. The RSS India, they said that our Sangh is capable enough to defend itself. Please don't go. We will defend ourselves. But they having nothing to do to defend themselves. As a revenge politics, they declared a Chitapur on Pada Sanchalan, they declared. When they declared Patha Sanchalan, 11 organizations from Karnataka, especially Dalit organizations, gave a call that same day in the same route we are going to do Patha Sanchalan. You are holding a lathi, we will come with big sticks also. We are going to hold a Patha Sanchalan in the same street. If government is going to allow them, they must allow us also. That day we will fill with the Neel banners that day. Bhima Garjane, they said. Bhima is one organization, but total is Bhima Garjane. So that this aspect we have done. If we connect these dots properly, various forces in each state, all over the nation, who are fighting for the voter rights, who are fighting for the farmers' rights, who are fighting for the Dalit rights, who are fighting for the Adivasi, youth, everybody. Actually, situation is very mature. What do you say for, we say in halali mosu, heppakadu say. To make a curd in the milk, we have to add a small dahi we will add, no? No, dahi, first small amount of dahi we have to add to that. So that situation is ready, milk is ready. We want to put it there. We have to give a proper call, connect everybody. It is not going to be a process for next 20, 50 years. It is going to happen in very few years only. Now new force is going to emerge. That is the people's force. That is going to fight back these forces and also make these opposition parties also behave responsibly. So like that force we have to become. With that spirit, let us, I hope if this meeting concludes with that spirit, it will be a great thing. But definitely, I thank once again whole Tamil Nadu organizers, especially Frank Gotha, to take so much initiative and organizing this wonderful conclave. Thank you.
So self-belief, that's all we need now because the energy is already there. So let's not think that we are not big enough. We are not powerful enough to take this forward and that the time is actually right to stand up and step up. I'd like to... Is a song after the thing or before? Okay. I'd like to invite... I have to... Why don't you?
No. When people want to run away, I can sing. The song is going to be by Comrade Vanavil. Vanavil in Tamil is rainbow. And she's a powerful singer. Come on.
So the song is basically written when the EAPA arrest was happening. So we talk about every arrest under EAPA. குற்றம் அதிகாரத்தில் அமர்ந்து கொண்டு கொடுங்குற்றம் அதிகாரத்தில் அமர்ந்து கொண்டு வேட்டையாடுது மக்களை வேட்டையாடுது வேட்டையாடுது மக்களை வேட்டையாடுது இதை கண்டும் காணாமல் கடந்து சென்றார் இதை கண்டும் காணாமல் ஒதுங்கின்றார் குற்றம் அதுவும் குற்றம் நம் குற்றம் உரிமைகள் தேடி தந்தவர் சிறையில் உண்மையை தேடி சென்றவன் சிறையில் கல்வியில் காவியை எடுத்தவன் சிறையில் கவிதையால் கண் திறந்தவன் சிறையில் சாதியை சமர்புரிந்தவன் சிறையில் மோடியை மோதி நின்ற பெண் சிறையில் கவிதையும் உரிமையும் சிறையில் இருக்க காவி மதவெறி சுதந்திரமாய் திரிய இதை கண்டும் காணாமல் கடந்து சென்றார் இதை கண்டும் காணாமல் ஒதுங்கி நின்றார். குற்றம் அதுவும் குற்றம் நம் குற்றம். ஆசிப மனிஷாவன் புணர்வை அனுமதிக்கும் மனுவிதிகள் அனுமதிக்கும் மனுவிதிகள். நீதியின் படியில் நடந்து நடந்து மரத்து போயின பாதங்கள் மரத்து போயின பாதங்கள். இதை கண்டும் காணாமல் கடந்து சென்றார். இதை கண்டும் காணாமல் ஒதுங்கி நின்றார். குற்றம் அதுவும் குற்றம் நம் குற்றம். நம்மை போல வாழ்வதற்கு அவர்களுக்கும் விருப்பம் உண்டு அவர்களுக்கும் விருப்பம் உண்டு. வேண்டாம் என ஒதுங்கிச் செல்ல அவர்களுக்கும் வாய்ப்பு உண்டு அவர்களுக்கும் வாய்ப்பு உண்டு. அதை வெறுத்தார்கள் பணிய மறுத்தார்கள். அதை வெறுத்தார்கள் பணிய மறுத்தார்கள். அதிகாரத்தின் வலிமை அறிந்தும் தடுத்தார்கள். தம்மை கொடுத்தார்கள். இன்று அவர்கள் நாளை நீங்கள். இன்று அவர்கள் நாளை நீங்கள். குற்றம் அதிகாரத்தை பணிந்து நின்று. கொடுங்குற்றம் அதிகாரத்தை அடங்கி சென்று. குற்றம் அதுவும் குற்றம் நம் குற்றம் நம் குற்றம். இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். இறந்த காலம் புதைந்த இயற்கை நிலக்கரியாய் தூங்குது. கூட புதைந்த மனித குலம் பெட்ரோலாக தேங்குது. இறந்த காலம் புதைந்த இயற்கை நிலக்கரியாய் தூங்குது. கூட புதைந்த மனித குலம் பெட்ரோலாக தேங்குது. அதிக அழுத்தம் தாங்கும் எங்கள் உழைப்பு வைரமாகுது. அதிக அழுத்தம் தாங்கும் எங்கள் உழைப்பு வைரமாகுது. அதை அள்ளி போக எவன் வந்தாலும் எரிமலைகள் சீருது. இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். கனிமம் நமது தனிமம் நமது கனிகள் நமதடா. மலைகள் நமது காற்றும் நமது ஊற்றும் நமதடா. கனிமம் நமது தனிமம் நமது கனிகள் நமதடா. மலைகள் நமது காற்றும் நமது ஊற்றும் நமதடா. வயல்கள் நமது விதைகள் நமது நாற்றும் நமதடா. வயல்கள் நமது விதைகள் நமது நாற்றும் நமதடா. அதன் அறுவடையை பறிக்க வந்தால் புயலும் நமதடா. இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். ஆறும் நமது நீரும் நமது அணைகள் நமதடா. அணைகள் நமது வனைகள் நமது கடலும் நமதடா. ஆறும் நமது நீரும் நமது அணைகள் நமதடா. அலைகள் நமது வலைகள் நமது கடலும் நமதடா. ஆலை நமது சாலை நமது சோலை நமதடா. ஆலை நமது சாலை நமது சோலை நமதடா. அதை அபகரித்தால் தூக்கி வீசும் கரங்கள் நமதடா. இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். இந்த தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம் எங்கள் தேசம். இதற்கு மோசம் வந்தால் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். To mention, the first song was written and composed by Comrade Koval, and the second song was written by Pichai Muthu, late Pichai Muthu. Thank you.
Meera, we're all set for you.
They'd have to know that.
அனைவருக்கும் மாலை வணக்கம். நான் தமிழ்ல பேசலாம், பேச முயற்சி பண்ணல, ஆனா இங்க இங்கிலீஷ்ல தான் பேசணும்னு கட்டாயம். So I'll switch over to English. இந்த தேசத்துக்கு மோசம் வந்தா மீண்டும் மீண்டும் மக்கள் புயல் வீசும். I think that's a brilliant song that Comrade Toyer just sang. So one big round of applause again to her. Basically, which means whenever this there is, I mean, the people of this nation are betrayed, then there will be a people's uprising. Puyal is like a storm, people's uprising. So I think that's a brilliant, in a way, summation of this whole powerful conclave. Thanks to all the organizers, thanks to Comrade Franco in particular for, I think, putting together this extremely significant constellation of people from different walks of life and to discuss, deliberate, and also think of ways forward in today's extremely challenging context. I think all the speakers from the morning have spoken about both what are the immediate challenges, what are the long-term challenges, and also what we need to do in the immediate context and in the long-term context. The special intensive revision that we've all been discussing about, of course, it is a special intensive reduction is also something that many people referred. It's also a special intensive repression that the state wants to unleash on the people of this country. But we are, as we the people, set to challenge, set to reject, and set to defeat this design, not just in Bihar, but across the country. That is the resolve we take from today's Chennai conference. And I think the spirit of today's conference is that there has to be the biggest non-cooperation with the state, with the government of India, and the biggest cooperation amongst the civil society and all the progressive sections. So that biggest non-cooperation with the state and the biggest cooperation with the people and the citizenry and the civil society, I think that is the strength. And what Comrade Noor spoke just before me, I think it's very important for us to also acknowledge that there are actually million mutinies happening across the country, some of which we know, many of which we might not know, but in different ways, different struggles, different movements, different uprisings, small and large, are happening, many on ground, some maybe even online, which I don't think we should dismiss. They are very significant in today's times, but in many, many ways, there is a lot of resistance. So broadly, when we were having a planning meeting also, we tried to sum up some of the things that should be probably at the heart of this entire conclave. 3 A's. One is analysis, which we did since the morning, and which is very important to understand and have a correct reading of the situation. Second is alarm, which many of our speakers alarmed us about, including Parakala Prabhakar Garu. And action, the most important. Yes, we should analyze the situation. Yes, we should be alarmed, but we should not be silent after being alarmed. We should all plunge into action, direct action, and diverse action. That is the spirit that we are taking back from this conference. So therefore, as much as it is a great challenge, it is also a great opportunity, friends, for us as India today and for all of us as citizens. So probably there is the All India mission. Either we could continue through the process, or there needs to be something really, really large, something like a democracy for citizens, for all the citizens of India. Because democracy matters for every single individual. It is not just for some sections of civil society or some constituencies who are fighting or certain parties. It is for all of us. So it is in that spirit that we all need to come together. I think many of our speakers who spoke through the day said that, and it is quite established and actually true, that we can't simply depend on political parties because they are quote unquote the more active agents within the political electoral sphere. Saving democracy just can't be left to them. It has to be the primary concern of citizens and the civil society. Of course, there are a whole range of movements, civil society, and even independent citizens who will be involved. How do we reach out to them? There have been suggestions and ideas about that as well. But I think one challenge that we also need to look at is today, if we, not just the BJP, but across different states, whichever party is functioning, the larger, there is a rot and deeper rot in the larger electoral system also, which is what should be people's rights, what should be people's entitlements, are kind of being, people are made subject to certain schemes or certain benefits, and through that there is a certain way of kind of keeping people within their fold. And then the other approach is what we are seeing in a majoritarian India today, a fear and otherization of the other, the so-called fear of the other. So I think we really need to actually puncture through these things. I mean, whichever party is in power in whichever state, It is their responsibility to ensure entitlements, whether it is healthcare, education, livelihoods, etc. These are not some favors that any political party grants on citizens. And also equally important is this struggle against the otherization that we need to be very upfront against. Then this whole engagement with political parties, I totally agree with what Parakala Prabhakar Garu was saying, that we can't really depend on them. It is for we the citizens. But at the same time, we should not let go of the other non-BJP opposition parties as well. We have to catch hold of them in different ways. They have to be part of this broader effort. Yes, they have a stake, but they are also very opportunistic. That is true. So I think the independent civil society, the independent citizens movement will act as that ethical compass that will hold not just the BJP, RSS to accountable to the constitution, but also the other political parties. I think it is that kind of a very significant role that we all, to an extent, are already playing, but I think we should do it even more intensely in the days to come. I also was thinking of what Anjali said, and I mean, people like her have been constantly raising this alarm about the decay in various institutions, whether it's the Election Commission or other, the Supreme Court that Usha spoke about. How do we really, and I think there is again a challenge there, that the level of uprising that is needed in terms of, because the decisions, the adverse decisions or the inaction, the betrayal of these institutions actually affects a lot of ordinary citizens. But when it comes to fighting back, it is maybe a smaller subset of organizations or active citizenry who are more involved in taking on the institutions directly. I think as we go forward, it is really important to be able to build this wider consciousness that it is, I mean, this is something there is at stake for all of us, and therefore all of us should be able to challenge these institutions whenever they are going into a whole phase of decay. In terms of how do we really involve, of course, a lot of movements have been engaged in different things, but I think specific constituencies, if one looks at three broad constituencies, I would really want to list young people, about who comrades have already spoken, women. I mean, even as we are talking now, we are doing a session on how SIR in particular impacts women adversely, and women from working class and marginalized backgrounds. And third, the working class in particular. India has a very large 93% section is in the informal sector. So how do we really get the entire informal sector workforce into, of course, they will continue to fight for their immediate battles, and we can't fault them on this, but how do we creatively plug in these issues that really impact their lives, their decisions, because it is this same government that has done away with the labor laws and has brought in the labor codes. So I think it's also important to creatively we will connect many of these struggles to establish the right to citizenship and democracy, and also children. I mean, you just refer to 100 years of RSS. They do this exact thing. They catch them young, right? So I think many times we as civil society or independent organizations, we are somewhere removed from children. It is important to. And the state in today's times will say that we are trying to brainwash children. No, we are actually trying to cultivate a whole generation of conscious young minds. And that has to begin with children. There is no need to be defensive on that front. We have every right to also organize with children and inculcate constitutional understanding and values. And I think this is something that really we have to do going ahead, because if we look at this also as a long-term process of democratization, nurturing the next generation of young people is extremely necessary. And as we do all of this, of course, there will be a lot of vilification that we're already seeing. There's going to be a lot of targeting, and that's an easy thing. As Noor rightly said, because they are on the defensive, they come in with devious schemes like the SIR. So they will continue to attack, and they will continue to engage in repression. And what Prabhakar Garu said in the morning, I think it was good the way he said that we have to make democracy trendy. Because when when the state tries to target certain people or organizations and say that it is only these people, otherwise no one else is opposing or no one else is doing, I think we should be able to increase that circle of opposition in a constructive way as well. And it is in that context again that civil society has a huge role. I also wanted to say that as much as the electoral space is important, and I think all of us are speaking in that context today about vote chori. Of course, it's not just vote chori, it's also the voice chori that is constantly happening. I think it's also important to ground this as an ideological struggle, whether it is states like Tamil Nadu or Kerala to a certain extent, even Bengal to a certain extent, or even Assam that our friend just spoke about. The specifics of states, the specifics of local struggles is very important. And the resistance today to BJP also has to be from this lens of it wanting to impose this extremely centralized model in every single thing. I mean, India can never be, it is such a diverse landscape, it can never be the centralized imagination that they have. So even in our response to organizing, it is important actually to have this ideological grounding and clarity. And therefore, the struggle is not only electoral. Of course, it's very important to fight in this electoral and democratic space, but it is equally important to have a cultural response. It is equally important to understand the political economy behind this whole initiative. I mean, who benefits from an SIR kind of initiative eventually, or who benefits from the weakening of institutions? There is a huge economic dimension to this. So I think it's really important for us to also be looking at, I mean, what is unfolding in these various lenses as well. Since we are really short on time, I will actually sum up what I wanted to say, and if you may permit, I'll quickly run through the resolution. We had a discussion, and then we drafted a resolution. Taraji, of course, took a lot of initiative in that, and we put together a brief resolution that would probably sum up the spirit of today's conclave. I will read that out, and maybe after each para, people can raise their hand if you're in agreement. Should we do that? So the Chennai resolutions, October 25th, 2025. The last 2 years have proven beyond doubt that the conduct of our elections, which have been relatively free and fair until now, has collapsed with deceitful and unconstitutional interventions. As a result, an illegitimate government at the center has come into being. A process that has involved a biased government, a partisan ESI, a doctored voters list, and a manipulated counting process has led to this. The Lok Sabha that came into existence on the very basis of this compromised electoral integrity should be dissolved forthwith to reset the way forward. These acts of fraud have alarmed the nation. They threaten to destabilize the very foundations on which we built our democracy. We, the people, call upon all legitimate stakeholders, the citizenry in general, various civil society organizations and platforms, people's movements, all political parties, especially the opposition parties, to imbibe the spirit of our democratic constitution and fight back to preserve its core values. The need of the hour is for us to stand united and resist the concerted efforts at dismantling our democracy and destroying the federal fabric of our republic with a firm resolve to defend our constitution. Are we agreed on this?
Yes.
Therefore, we reject three things. One, we reject the current ECI, both for the process by which it is appointed and for its misdeeds. Two, we reject the manipulated voters list prepared through the special intensive revision, the SIR in Bihar, and also resist such attempts to extend it to the rest of the country. Three, we therefore reject the entire SIR process itself. Are we agreed?
Yes.
100%.
And then what we demand? We demand that the dissolution of the present ECI and the constitution of a new election commission of India based on an unbiased process. We demand the immediate scrapping of the SIR. We demand a prompt response from the ECI on the concerns raised by the Association for Democratic Reforms, the Vote for Democracy report of July 24, and the questions raised by the leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi. We demand an impartial investigation of the concerns raised by civil society groups and organizations and the opposition. We demand 100% counting of the VVPAT with the VVPAT slip handed over to the voter for them to make their verified choice of voting. We demand no addition, deletion be done without proper intimation to the voter and their family as ordered by the Supreme Court. Voters list should be machine readable and accessible online for anyone to see as it existed before. We demand the decentralization of the Election Commission of India so as to enable the conduct of elections to the state legislatures by newly mandated and constituted state election commissions. We demand total transparency for every citizen for all data at national level so people know when it is being mismanaged. We demand open proof at end of voting day that vote data in every EVM is immutably logged and value of the log is shared on the Election Commission's website for every EVM per booth. And finally, we demand postal ballot for the migrant workers. So are we agreed on these 9 demands or any?
Definitely.
Agreed. And finally, what action? This is probably the most important part beyond the resolve. we the people hereby resolve to raise the alarm on SIR and the dismantling of our electoral democracy. We resolve to raise the alarm across all the states with priority to states that are going to the polls in 25, 26, although we do have some positive inputs from states that are shared so far. But it is still important to raise the alarm. Second, carry the Chennai resolve to every nook and corner and sensitize every citizen. Third, build a nationwide consciousness and undertake ground actions in all the states. Conclaves such as this Chennai conclave shall be organized for mass mobilization of the citizenry and to fight back the dictatorial tendencies. Four, meet all opposition parties and call upon them to fulfill their obligation in restoring a free and fair electoral democracy. And five, approach the President of India to strongly urge her to discharge her constitutional obligation of preserving the sanctity of democracy. We, the people, as the sovereign stakeholders of our democracy, commit ourselves to restoring free and fair electoral democracy. We solemnly resolve to push back against the attempt to hijack our democracy and fight to reclaim the secular and socialist spirit of our constitution. We, the people of India, say, let's all actually repeat this part. We, the people, say, no to SIR, no to compromised electoral integrity, no to the Partisan Election Commission of India, no to the stolen mandate of the government at the center. I will actually repeat this part because I think it's extremely important. The four no's that we are saying, we the people at this Chennai conclave say no to the SIR, say no to the compromised electoral integrity, say no to the Partisan Election Commission which is fully established, and four, no to the stolen mandate of the government at the center. So it is with this resolve, friends, that we go back. Of course, it is a different, not exactly a new beginning maybe, another phase of intense involvement. Many of our states have been involved in different ways. Each state, of course, has its specifics, but along with the state specifics, we fight, as Noor was rightly saying, we fight the BJP, but we also fight the government, which is in our state for the kind of anti-people decisions or interventions that we are making. But it is really important in today's day and time to be able to challenge the political architecture of the BJP RSS that is trying to dismantle the democracy and the constitution, not brick by brick, but in an extremely fascist way. So whether it is through techno-fascism or whether it is through other kinds of fascism, it is something that we all ought to be not just alarmed about or have an analysis about, but to really plunge into action and into consistent action. It is with that resolve, let us all kind of take the spirit from this conclave and go forward.
I'd like to invite Thomas Franco to say a few words, and then, Pagla, you will unfortunately have the final word, as usual. But yeah, regardless.
Yes, I will try to be in really few words. First of all, this meeting has been a success to a large extent. It is because of the involvement of so many people. The soldiers whose names and all I cannot narrate now. It will take too much of time. Secondly, in the way forward when the states were discussing, a comrade from Kerala was talking about Thrissur. Being a man from Kanyakumari, I watch Kerala politics very closely. And I am a supporter of the left. And I know I was in Thrissur during the election, after the election. There were so many other factors. You cannot just simply say that it was CPM colluded with BJP. That kind of narratives is not a correct thing. See, in places like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, we require a different approach because you are not fighting an opposition. Fighting an opposition is easy. Fighting a ruling party is easy. But here, the ruling party we have to support for certain reasons because they oppose BJP. So in spite of limitations, do we not have problem with DMK government? We have lot of problems. In spite of that, we go to DMK because they are standing on this ground at least from. So The same thing is with West Bengal also. So let us have this clarity that we are fighting a bigger enemy. So for that, certain compromises has become necessary. Now, when we talk about way forward, already Noor has narrated and Mira has summed up very well. So I will not go into more detail. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, we will convene an online meeting within few days and we will plan. As Gennady said, already district level units have started functioning. We would like to expand to all districts and prepare the ground. SIR, we will have to see what DMK is finally going to take a stand. Whether we want to just simply reject SIR or we want a revision without NRC and how that could be possible. Finally, what I would like to say is that I agree with Meera that we have to go to the farmers, we have to go to the women, we have to go to the youth. We have recently seen such sudden changes in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, the change was brought in with a left group which worked for some time and now they are in power. Bangladesh, in my analysis, that was a group supported by US. Yunus is fully supported by US. But people were so frustrated with the functioning of the sitting government. So the youth came out. In Nepal, you have seen 16 years in power by a left, so-called left. They miserably failed. So within few days, people could throw away the government. So this is a lesson from which we can move forward. We cannot keep saying that Gandhi was there to fight, Subhash was there, Che Guevara was there, Bhagat Singh was there. Are we ready to sacrifice? Deshpandeji, when in his presentation, he mentioned, there will be attack on you. We know that we are all under strict monitoring. Surveillance is taking place. But let us be ready, let us play a catalyst role so that a change is possible. Change is definitely possible. Change is inevitable. Let us be a catalyst and work together to bring that change. Thank you very much.
So let's end this meeting, end this beginning with where we began, just to remind ourselves why we came here and where will we go from here. Parkla.
First of all, I must say a big thank you on behalf of everybody here to the organizers of today's conclave. I think we should all give a huge applause to them. I don't know how many people here have any experience of organizing something like this. This is the most difficult thing to organize. And Franco and his colleagues deserve our gratitude and our compliments. You know, there is one dissatisfaction that I always had, and I voiced it in many, many forums. That dissatisfaction or discontent, today I'm unable to voice
because that disappeared. That dissatisfaction has been this. I used to ask wherever I went and spoke that look, there has been a force, a formidable force, a formidable army, which has been continuously assaulting our core values of our society, which informed our long struggle for freedom and our constitution and our journey since the constitution. A formidable army which has been working relentlessly for the last 100 years. Do I need to mention the name? So when there is an army which has been working to assault the core values of our democracy, of our ethos, of the values that informed our freedom movement, of our constitution, I always used to ask, where is the army to defend these values? Today, I can see that that kind of an army is slowly taking shape. That is the reason why I am unable to voice a discontent today, which I have been voicing for a long time. And I must congratulate all of you for making this beginning. I won't take long, but there are certain things that I would like you to carry home and think about. When I said don't depend upon the political parties, Meera, maybe I did not make it clear. I did not say don't talk to them, but don't depend upon them. Talk to them, get them on board, persuade them. Try and infuse some seriousness into them. We have invited almost all the political parties, only 2 political parties turned up today. Then that shows how serious they are. And as I said in the morning, you see, we are not going to be the MPs and MLAs and ministers. They are going to be. But even then, they are not very serious about it. But if working for democracy is the trending thing, the important thing, they will fall in line. And they have fallen in line with a lot of things, even if they don't like it, even if they don't agree to it. Because that's their job. For political party, every vote counts. They can say and say, look, we both are of the same caste. They come to you and say, we are of the same religion. They say we are from the same area. Things like that. So make secularism, defense of democracy, electoral integrity, such a potent force that they will have to come and tell you that we stand for secularism. We stand for democracy. We stand for the constitutional values. They will say it, even if they don't believe it. So, ultimately, it is the civil society organizations which can do this job. Do not, because political parties have left political work. No political party is doing any political work anymore. They sleepwalk from one election to the next election. That's, they don't do anything else in between. There is no political work. They don't go to the people. It is we who have to go and talk to people and make them understand why democracy is important. I have to tell you a couple of things about what crisis are we facing. Electoral crisis, democratic crisis, crisis of secularism, we all know, we talked about since morning. But today, I think we must know that India is one of the most unequal societies in the world. Most unequal societies in the world, such inequality we have not seen even during the British Raj. That is the kind of inequality that we have. And youth unemployment, especially youth unemployment, especially educated youth unemployment, is one of the highest in the world. Rural distress is alarming. For the first time in so many years, a reverse migration from urban areas to rural areas is taking place today. People are not able to find jobs even in rural areas after they come back. One little data point I'll give you. You know, there is Manrega. Manrega funds are allocated, it's demand driven. They first allocate money, and if there is excess demand, they allocate more. But last year, the amount of money that was allocated for the entire year was exhausted in 6 months. You can imagine. Who will take up Manrega jobs? It's a small amount of money. People who have absolutely nothing else, no other source of income, who are desperate, they take. So that is the kind of economic distress that they have in the rural areas today. And today, the household savings is at a historical low. Household debt is at a historical high. There's a huge crisis. Not a single neighbor of ours is friendly to us today. Not a single neighbor. Everybody is alienated. And a large tract of our land is occupied by China. You are neither with the United States, nor with Russia, nor with China, nor with Pakistan, nor with Sri Lanka, nor with Bangladesh, nor with Nepal. That is the kind of situation all around us as well as globally. This is the situation I told you with the economic. Some time back, I went to a university. It's named, they have a department called EMS Department for Marxist Studies. Calicut University. So I just said, look, you have phenomenal price rise. Inflation is not under control. You have unemployment. You have so much of crisis. What are you waiting for? What more propitious time do you have? Are you waiting for in order to bring about a change? This is the moment. I think, as our friend from Assam had said, one little thing has triggered. Now everybody wants justice to the singer. What is that justice? Bring down prices. If you bring down prices, it is justice to the singer, to God. And finally, bring down unemployment, it is justice. Bring down crime rate, it is justice. Bring down something else, it is justice. Do this, it is justice. And finally, he didn't say it, but he told me, throw out BJP, it is justice. This is how things snowball. Oh. But the challenge is this. We are disorganized. the adversary is organized. He is unpopular, the adversary is unpopular, the adversary is crumbling, as Noor had said. Everything is against them, understood. But what is going for us? Objective conditions? Yeah, they've been there. But we are not organized. I know all the civil society organizations have their own agenda. Some work among farmers, some work among child labor, some work along the farm, climate change, and this and all that is fine. Industry workers, women's rights, lots of agendas, of course. But my appeal to all of them through you and to you is suspend all your activities for 6 months. Information, rural unemployment, climate change, all such, because if you do not rescue this country's democracy, you will have no opportunity to work in your fields after 6 months. Take it from me. Because, you see, when does somebody become violent? When they feel more and more insecure. Today is the time when this regime is feeling absolutely insecure. Otherwise, if they are not insecure, why will they keep Umar Khalid, a small student? What can he do? What can somebody like Stan Swami do? Tell me, what can he do? Why do they incarcerate? Why do they kill somebody like Stan Swami and put somebody like Umar Khalid behind bars? Because they're so insecure. They are afraid of even a little shadow. That is the reason why they clamp down upon you. They come down very heavily on people. They're insecure. And that kind of weak but insecure, and they have state apparatus in their hands. If we are not organized, forget about all of the work, forget about all our differences, and unitedly work, otherwise we just cannot rescue our democracy and our constitution. This is something that we need to keep in mind and work, bring together people, organized force. See, you see in our civil society, 1,000 people, 50 policemen can control, because 50 policemen are organized and 1,000 people are not organized. So an small organized force can control a large disorganized people. So we need to have an organized force amongst ourselves. I hope this will be the beginning of that kind of an organized force. With that, I think this resolve that Meera had read out, I completely support, like we all supported it. I'll add one more or two more things. I think this government has to go, that we have already spoken in the resolution. How do we achieve that? We can achieve that by building an atmosphere in the country that would lead to the entire opposition quitting the Lok Sabha. Might sound very drastic, but I tell you, it is the only way. What are you doing sitting there? What are you doing? Tell me. Were you able to force a discussion on Manipur? Were you able to force discussion on farm laws? Were you able to force a discussion on Operation Sindoor? What? Unemployment, price rise, anything. Did you? Did you? You have not. Why are you sitting there? And why are you contesting an election when you are really, if you really sincerely believe that this voters list is a fraud, this election commission is a compromised election commission, why are you fighting the election? By you doing that, you're only legitimizing. So quit that. Come out of it. Make the government of India, which is sitting on a stolen mandate, a laughing stock, not only in the country, but in the entire world. I think that is the only way we can do this. Otherwise, we can go on saying that, ECI should be, who will reconstitute the ECI? Tara, who will reconstitute the ECI? Who will conduct the fair elections? Who will do it? We have to take it and make this happen only by a feet on the ground agitation. There is no other way. Sir, only a feet on the ground agitation. And Sridhar said something which I really liked. Please don't think that we don't have the bandwidth. We do have. We do have. We just have to go and ask people to come out onto the streets, and they will come. They will come out. I can tell you from my own experience with dealing with talking to young people. Most of us have this prejudice that Gen Z is indifferent, they don't bother about this. But I tell you, they are absolutely keyed. They know what is happening. Nobody is talking to them. You have a convention like this. You expect young people to come? No, they won't come. They won't come. But each one of us, let us go to the campuses ourselves. Go, talk. And my experience I tell you, then I'll shut up. When I go to the campuses, speak to the people there, young people, and they become so alive, they ask a lot of questions. And there's one more thing I want to tell you. If there are 10 questions asked after a talk, 8 questions are from the girls. Astonishing political awareness. Astonishing. I think the time is right. We are beginning to become an army. We should. Now, I think we should take it to the next level. I hope I'll see the next level. So, thank you very much.
Right, thank you very much for staying till the end.
Thanks, Vice President.
Please come. Well, then I'm going to leave it to you, Senator.
We thank upon all the speakers who have come from all along the various states to this full day meeting. And also we thank upon all participants from various states, Assam, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra. Also we thank upon the administration of this college to provide this hall for this whole day to conduct this meeting. We thank upon the administrative team, electricians, and other teams to provide these facilities, projector, all those things in the morning. We thank upon NAPM and other organizations who have supported in giving food, snacks, tea, everything. And we thank upon all participants to be present in this hall for the whole day. We thank upon the media to cover this entire thing, and recording comrades, live broadcast comrades, and the projector arrangements comrades. And we thank the entire organizing team for making this event a grand success. Thank you all.
So can I please request all the state representatives to have a quick break, and we will be coming back here with for the discussion that we needed to round this up so that we can look at the strategy and so on briefly. We will only be doing a brief meeting, but it's just to kick off the conversation for all states. So, please do come back after you've had your tea. We will start at 6:30. It is 10 past 6. You have 20 minutes. Please finish your tea and come back at 6:30. All state representatives who have come from other states. Thank you.